my fellow speakers. This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead, coming to you today to talk about a topic that has been on my mind a lot, given everything that's going on in our country and around the world right now. This is going to be kind of a mellow. I'm going to try and keep it a little bit lower key. The first time I tried to record this video, I was on the road, and I'd been seeing some stuff being posted on social media and different things, and was very upset, very irritated and angry about what I was seeing. Today is Sunday, and I just wanted to have a reasonable conversation, because it seems like reasonableness and calmer heads and decency have all gone out the window, and we're just dealing with psychos and craziness on all sides. We have the media fanning these things in people, promoting the violence for numbers, for ratings, or for ulterior motives that, who even knows? People are saying they're doing this because they want to get rid of Donald Trump. So they're trying to act all crazy and psychotic and keep this violence going because they think it will help get Joe Biden elected. I don't know whether that's true or not. And that's just it. I don't feel like anybody is telling the whole truth right now. And so that's what I wanted to try and do, is cut through a lot of the nonsense and the goofiness that we're seeing, and hopefully just speak right to you. Tell you my feelings on this, what I think. And I'm not saying that I am the ultimate authority, that I know everything, that I am the total truth sayer on this. I am a speaker for the dead, and I speak only truth. But it's the truth as I see it, so it can be slightly skewed. But I've grown up in Idaho my entire life. Idaho is a very predominantly white state, not because we don't let people come here, but it just has always been that way. And so I have not seen or been a part of a lot of this racial intermixing and different groups of people trying to live together and get along. I've only seen it as an outsider. I spent 2 years in England, where I saw various parts of this, but England never seemed to have, and I say England, but I mean the UK, never seemed to have that much problem with this. They all seemed to get along pretty well together, even though their country had slavery longer than ours did. And I'm just seeing the craziness overruling reason. People excusing violence by protesters and looters and rioters who are condemning the police for, I wouldn't say less violent actions, but similar violent actions. But the police are perpetrating this on a few people, while these protesters are perpetrating it on a large scale. To be honest, neither one of these groups comes off looking good in my eyes. I think Black Lives Matter is a disgusting group of people who want to lift one group above another. I think all lives matter. All lives matter equally. And by the very nature of saying Black Lives Matter, it makes it sound as though you're lifting them and raising them above everybody else. All lives matter. Everybody matters. Everybody's important. There's no one group or one person who's more important than anybody else. We're all unique individuals. I have serious issues with the way policing is done in our country. But I do not believe in these calls for everybody saying that we need to get rid of all the police or defund the police. That's idiotic. That's stupid. We need people to maintain law and order. What we need to do is go through these departments and find the bad actors and get rid of them. Fire them, get them out of those positions of authority. They need to do background checks, and people that were bullied in high school or people who have, every cop needs to be screened mentally before they're hired by a police department, in my opinion. And if they have authority issues, or if they have vengeance issues, or getting back at other people for wrongs in their past issues, they need to be kept out of the police department. Only level-headed, decent, honorable people should be allowed to become police officers. The best amongst us should be allowed to become police officers, and nobody else. That would solve the problem. But what I'm hearing, the solutions that are being proposed, they're not meant to solve this problem. They're meant to foment more problems, to keep people divided and hateful. I mean, you listen to the media, and I'm disgusted. You listen to our politicians, I'm even more disgusted. None of these people who are supposed to be our voices, they're supposed to be representing us, they don't represent me at all. Not one of these people getting on there condoning this violence that's happening across the country. Businesses being burned, truck drivers being pulled out of their trucks and beaten to death. I'm a truck driver, and I can tell you one thing, I wouldn't stop for these people. If I thought they were going to harm me in any way, you don't deserve my pity or anything. And I love I love people, and I don't want to hurt anybody, but I also won't just allow you to hurt me. My rights are just as important as yours are. And that's the problem. Our police are being forced to enforce laws that should never have been passed. They have become tax collectors and dealing in aspects of people's lives where the police have no business interfering or intervening. They're being asked to uphold and to push all these regulations and these little laws that are unconstitutional. They have no right even being laws. And the cops are caught in this scenario where they have to do this stuff to maintain their jobs. But at the same time, they're not using their God-given rights to say no. When someone passes an unlawful ordinance or an unconstitutional law, those officers, just like our military, have every right to disobey an unlawful order that's given to them. Now, that might cost them their job. It might cost them their careers. It may upheave their lives and stuff. They might have to go find something else to do. But that's better than being a part of a system that is oppressing the very people you are supposed to serve and protect. I used to have a great respect for law enforcement, and my respect for law enforcement has suffered greatly in the last 10, 15 years. Because they've turned cops and police officers into something they were never intended to be, enforcers. That they've passed all these laws that they have to enforce. Seatbelt laws, there's no reason for seatbelt laws to exist. I bought the car. It's my responsibility to be safe. It's my responsibility to take care of my own life. You have no business telling me what to do in my own car as long as I'm not harming anybody else. So they're told to enforce these seatbelt laws to protect me against myself. That's not how the law works. That's not how the law should work. Okay? The law should work to protect your rights from me and my rights from you. That's it. And any law or regulation or does anything more than that is unconstitutional. You have overstepped your authority. Now you are acting as though you are my master and I'm your servant. That's 180 degrees out of phase with the way reality should be. You are my servant. You are here to serve and protect me. The people who are in Washington that we send to be our politicians, to be our statesmen, they are not our leaders. They are our servants. They are supposed to do what we say. They are not supposed to tell us how to be. Everything is 180 degrees backwards right now. Because our education has suffered. People aren't taught what the Constitution means. People aren't taught what the Bill of Rights means to us. That it's twisted and distorted by people who want to impose a different system upon the United States. Well, you know what? I don't want a different system. I don't want to be Russia or Venezuela or South America or France or Great Britain or anywhere else. America is special. America is unique because it's America. And I want to live in America. I don't want to live in any of those other places, no matter how great they might be in their own way. And I'm not disparaging any of those places. I'm saying America's special and great. And that's what I want to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of anything else. I do not want to live under someone else's system. America is great. But right now, for the first time in my life, I'm the exact opposite of Michelle Obama. For the first time in my life, I'm not proud to be an American. I've been proud to be an American my entire life, but to watch what's going on, to watch the excuses that are being made for cops to do what they're doing, for black people to do what they're doing, for white people to do what they're doing. I mean, it's all crazy. It's all nuts. The worst behaviors imaginable for human beings are being lauded and treated as though, hey, it's all right. You're entitled to burn an Apple store, to burn and terrorize other people in your neighborhoods, to burn and tear down stores and do all this crazy stuff because you've been wronged. Civil disobedience, civil unrest, it's all being condoned like it's all okay because one guy got killed by the cops. We should burn thousands of businesses. We should injure and maim hundreds of people who had nothing to do with any of this. You should throw bricks through people's windows in their houses and their businesses because somehow they're complicit because they're white or they're Asian or they're whatever it is. We're all human beings. We all bleed red. We all have the same internal organs. I do not understand this everybody condoning and rushing to say how great it is to let your worst instincts overtake you and destroy everything in a mad rush to what? To get justice? This isn't justice. This is mayhem. This is chaos. This is anarchy, which are the exact opposites of justice and equality and freedom. I never thought I would feel this way. But I actually almost agree with the way the terrorists talk about us now. The great Satan. You look at the news and you look at what we're doing. You look at the things that are being lauded as being great and noble. And, oh, this is all justified. I kind of agree with the whole great white Satan thing. Or the great Satan or whatever they call us. I never thought in my wildest imaginings I would look at my country and go, can't really disagree with them. Is this what we want to be? Is this who we are? Lawless mongrels roaming the streets, seeking mob justice? Really? Really? You know, I said I grew up in Idaho, so I have a different perspective on all this. I have very few black friends, but most of the black people I've met in my life have been good, decent, nice people that I like being around. I have a friend who came here from Las Vegas. He's married to my wife's college roommate. He's one of the first black people that I've had the real chance to get to know and stuff, and he works with me now. I helped him get a job where I'm working and stuff so that he could support his family and his wife. And he's a great guy. Great guy. I hardly ever get to see him because we're on exact opposite shifts, but he's a good man. He's had some struggles in his life. We've all had struggles in our lives. But you know what? None of us are justified in destroying the lives of other people because we've had struggles. You know, if you condone this violence, no matter who's perpetrating it, the police, the rioters, black, white, Asian, Caucasian, whatever, you are part of the problem. You are psychotic and you need to stop, step back, and check your views because you have let things get way out of hand. You have let yourself become a part of something that, trust me, in years to come, you will be embarrassed that you ever participated in this or ever lauded people killing and hurting each other in the name of justice. Now, there's a part of me that says any of these people that are doing this, that are stopping traffic, that are getting on highways, breaking the laws, doing all this other stuff in the name of justice, me personally, I would not have a problem with the cops going in and shooting every single one of them. Because you don't have the right to take other people's rights away, to take away their freedom of movement, to take away their peace, to take away their businesses, their lives, their families. Doesn't matter what you think you're entitled to. You're not. You're not entitled to hurt anybody or to take away their freedoms. You are not. Yet I'm not a violent person. But I understand that there are people who are dark elements in our society that if you let them run loose, they will destroy everything we are. And I would rather, there's a saying that comes in my faith, that it is better that one man perish than an entire nation dwindle in unbelief. And I would alter that slightly to say it is better that a few perish than an entire nation dwindle in unbelief or destruction or incivility or wickedness. And that's what we've become. Wicked. Not all of us, but there's too many. There's too many that have become part of this. They're letting criminals, career criminals, out of prison because of COVID-19. This whole COVID-19 thing, it's all been a lie, a manipulation. The numbers don't bear it out. None of this makes any sense. And yet everybody doesn't seem to notice they're being manipulated. Their worst instincts are being promoted to destroy civility for the benefit of people in power. Political people, media people, tech people, whoever it is behind the scenes that's trying to create all of this chaos. And there might be a few, there might be lots, they might be coordinated, they might be just taking advantage of a situation. But stop giving in to these people. Be your better self. Be who you were born to be, a good man or woman. Stop letting yourself be manipulated. I don't know what else to say other than that. I am disgusted by all of this. I get on Twitter and I just want to check out. I get on Facebook and I just want to check out. Because even people that I've known for years, that I thought were level-headed, good, mild-mannered, regular thinking people with a little bit of common sense, are saying some of the most asinine things I've ever heard in my life. They're agreeing with this stuff. Oh, nobody should ever get killed. Well, no, I agree. Murder is never okay. But defense of oneself, but defense of the civil laws, defense of civility and decency and honor, if it means culling out a few of the worst bad actors amongst us to save millions of people's lives, to restore law and order, I'll make that choice every single minute. Because if these mobs come through, I live in Idaho, so I very, very much doubt that they would come here, because Idahoans would not put up with this nonsense. At least the Idahoans I know. You come from my family, and you will pay the ultimate price. I have no patience for anyone who would try and hurt my family. Period. And I don't care what your grievances are, because I haven't done anything to anybody. All lives matter. All lives. Until you make yourself such a nuisance as to be an evil person who is taking away the rights and freedoms of others, at that point, you have forfeited your rights. And you don't matter anymore, because you are the problem. You are the instigator. And it's just sad. Don't be those people. Is this what we want the world to think of us? Is this what we want to see? We were once said to be the city on a hill that everybody looked to. And instead of trying harder to be those people, we've let all of our petty disagreements, all of our petty differences become the defining traits of who we are. And the politicians are eating it up, because they're going to use it for power, and so are the media people. Stop giving them what they want. Stop it. I'm begging you. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know there's going to be people who disagree with me. I think there's going to be people who agree or partially agree. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. But can't we have a civil discussion? Don't go to, if you go to the extreme right or the extreme left or the extreme on anything, you've done one thing. You've gone too far. A quote by a great comedian that I loved, Richard Jenny. If you find that you've gone too far one way or this way or the other, then you've gone too far. And you need to pull back and think about it for just a minute. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Thanks for listening. I haven't been real active on my channel lately just because I've been so disgusted with what I've been seeing. I haven't known what to say. It's hard to be funny or lighthearted or enjoy life when this is what we have going on around us and everybody buying into the madness. I hope one day we can look back on this and go, whoa, we don't ever want to do that again. We don't ever want to be those people again, ever. Thanks for listening. Please watch, like, subscribe, share, and, get out there and make content talking about the good things. Don't draw attention to our differences. Draw attention to our similarities, to our strengths, to those things that make us all human beings. That's what's important. All this other stuff is just smoke and mirrors to divide us and to create hate. And we don't need that. Nobody needs that. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.